Hello, and welcome to day 12 of learning backend development for ChatGPT. So let's get started. So I'll just open up the ChatGPT tab, backend development. So in the last lesson, we just looked at like storing data onto like local versus cloud and using like Malta to set up like schemas. Well, not schemas, like Malta, like to configure how we store the data. Okay, so let's go on to day 12. So we're nearly finished actually this curriculum. So building a RESTful API. So please give me day 12's lesson. Here we go. So principles of RESTful API design, CRUD, scalable REST API, and versioning and documentation. Okay, so let's get started. So REST, a representational state transfers and architectural style for designing networked applications. The RESTful API uses HTTP methods and adheres to certain principles to create a standard for managing resources, e.g., users, photos, products. So the key principles, so statelessness. Each request from the client to the server must contain all information necessary to understand and process the request. The server does not retain client session information between requests. Resource-based resources, e.g., users' posts, are represented by unique URIs. So HTTP methods, specific HTTP methods are used for specific actions, get, post, put, and delete, like we've just seen. So example, consider a user resource. Each action has a dedicated route and HTTP method. So get users, retrieve all users, post users, create a user, get users ID, retrieve a specific user by ID, put users by ID, create a specific user by ID, and delete a user by a specific ID. So creating routes for CRUD operations. So to manage resources, a RESTful API provides CRUD operations that clients can perform on data stored in the database. So setting up routes in Express. So we can do get users, so we can set the JSON as the users like this. So this is basically just simulating a database. So here we can maybe connect it to an SQL database or a SQL, MongoDB database. And then we can do .get, so get the user's ID. And here we can .find where use UID is equal to the params ID, and we're just going to pass that as an int because it will be passed in as a string, I'm pretty sure. And then we're just having the appropriate logic and how we handle these requests. So .delete, and then we listen on it just as we did before. So app.get users, retrievable users, app.get users, colon ID, I think it should be there, finds the users by ID, app.post users, create a new user with data from the request body, app.put users, updates users information, app.delete users, removes the user by ID. Yes, I'm pretty sure this should be colon ID. But I think there's some sort of problem with ChatGPT. I think may have in their website colon ID is a specific character that is passed differently. So what the topic is, so organizing API code into modular structures that control the services and routes helps maintain scalability as projects grow. So an example of a project, so we have app.js, then we could have like components for a React app, we can have models, server, controllers, and like it says here. So use controller.js handles logic for each route. Okay, so this would be controllers file, exports.get users. Okay, so this is then exports.get user by ID, exports.create user, then exports.update user, exports.delete user. So this is like the React one. Not React, Express, where we're just instead doing a dot instead of the in quotations. So root example, user routes.js connects routes to handler. So here we can do router.get. So here we're using a router instead of a server. So we're just mapping the correct ones to the correct members, and then connecting routes in maps. So app.use users as user routes. So versioning and documentation. So API versioning helps manage changes without breaking existing integrations. Documentation guides users on how to interact with your API. And versioning examples, so prefix routes with version numbers, e.g. v1 and v2. API documentation. Swagger is a common tool for creating interactive API documentation. So we can install Swagger and configure it to automatically generate documentation. Oh, that's pretty cool actually. Set up an API route for versioning scheme, create basic Swagger documentation for the user's route. Okay, I might just do these assignments instead. So extra challenge, implement an additional endpoint for complex operations such as searching for users by name or filtering by category. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this code and paste it in like a Node.js editor. So we'll do like my compiler or one compiler, whichever one it was. So this is like, I'm not actually going to run this, but so here we could do like app.get. Then we could do dash users dash and then colon, maybe what was it? Okay, by name or filtering product. So we'll just do okay, say category. So then we need to have the function const. Okay, so we can do plus user equals users.find. So it's going to be in U, which is like our simulation of the database. U.category. Is there find all? I think find all is a function, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I remember this. The category is equal to rec dot params dot category. Would it be dot category? Maybe. Okay, and then yeah, if so basically it's very similar to the dot put one. If not user, return. So there it says status 404. Send user not found with specific category. And then so what's it doing here? So user.name, okay, we could do, but we're not putting that, so we do rest.json users. Okay, this should work. I'm just going to paste this to ChatGPT and ask it, would it be the correct solution? Would this be the correct solution to exercise? What's wrong with it? Okay, 5. I think there may be like it's close, but it's okay. Attempts to assign. This could be confusing and not valid. Okay, I don't really care about the variable naming, but correct filtering method is not filter. Should it be filter? Oh, okay. So yeah, and we would just do dot length is equal to 0. I always forget the triple equals. I mean, how verbose. Okay, yeah. So that's all for today's videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.